What's going on? It's your boy Hypecity G. We live here in Pensacola, New Jersey with the talented songwriter, artist, producer, my man Don Michael. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, yo?
Nice to meet
Appreciate you,
I
man.
mean, definitely. Man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I remember.
Last time we was in Denver.
Yeah, I remember going there, doing an interview. I remember rapping on there. I still use that highlight. Sometimes the freestyle, I'll still post that up.
Definitely.
People keep on asking about that.
Definitely. So you've been up to a lot since the last time we talked to you.
Yeah.
You got an album out.
Yep. Broken Hearts Make Villains.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, seen the first video, and then you just dropped a video.
I just dropped Greatest.
The Greatest.
Yep.
The Greatest.
First one was Open Wounds.
Open Wounds. You're in a restaurant.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it for
people.
Don't spoil it for people that haven't seen it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in a restaurant. Shout out to my man Marino. He let me come through, use his joint to shoot. My manager Money was there. All Edis Gang was in there. Not all Edis Gang, but a lot of Edis Gang was in there. That's all the cameos that was in the video.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shimmy. She was in there. Shout out to Mimi. And it's funny because in that video, I wanted a lot of blood.
Okay.
There's a bloody scene that happens in that video. I wanted a lot of blood, but we couldn't use a lot of blood because we were scared to stain his floor because that restaurant's real nice.
Yeah,
and that blood would stain the floor, so we didn't do it. But
so let's bring it back a little bit. So you've been producing,
of course,
writing songs for people.
Right.
Can you name some of the songs you have been a part of?
Yeah, this is actually a real difficult question for me because my memory is terrible.
See, that's when you know you're really working because you won't be remembering these kind of things.
Because I really try to just keep it moving,
right,
and not dwell on like what I did. Even if it's a dope accomplishment, I'm just like, all right, cool, I did that.
Right.
But what's next? I got to keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last year I did one for Mir. I didn't write. I produced it.
Okay.
For Mir Fontaine featuring Sean Smith. Both my niggas.
Yeah.
That song is called Michael Jackson. I co-produced that with Mikey Blanco, who's like my little brother.
Shout out to them.
I wrote a song. I co-wrote a song and produced a song called Young for an artist named Lucas James.
Right.
He's on 300 Entertainment. That's the realm I try to stay in. I try to go into like the pop world a lot.
Why the pop world when you do the?
I mean because I think it's less saturated. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people doing hip hop, doing rap that could just click a couple buttons and they can come up with something dope. You know what I mean? But in the pop world, a lot of times it's way more musical. It's a lot more involved. Like that song that I did, Young, was like acoustic guitar, like live instruments, you know what I mean? I programmed a lot of the drums, but it's a lot of live instruments. We had a bass player, like Adele's bass player played the bass.
So
it's a lot more
into the song.
Yeah, so it takes a lot more skill to accomplish that type of sound and that type of thing. And so that's a realm that I just like to stay in. Plus you get to be a little bit more expressive. Like in rap, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's limited, but you gotta,
be a certain way.
You gotta be a certain way. Where when I'm writing something like that, I could just talk about, different emotions or whatever.
Right.
So
now I want to bring it to the tape now, the album that came out.
Right.
But you got 12 joints on there.
I think so.
12 joints on there. Like I said, you just dropped the video, The Greatest.
Right.
Dope video, by the way.
Thank you.
Did that over that Philly Pier, right?
Yeah. Quest shot that joint.
Okay.
Money's in that. Yeah, Money made his cameo. Shout out to my manager, Money. Made his cameo in there. Drugged me over there and messed up my sneakers. But it's cool. but it's cool. It's cool. Now, the video came out dope. So
now, The Greatest. When you say you're the greatest,
right?
It's like people kind of getting their feelings when they hear like, yeah, I'm the great. Like you're saying the greatest because everybody feel should feel they're great. What was the concept behind The Greatest?
Yo, I wrote that record.
No, you good.
I wrote that record a minute ago.
Right.
And at that time that I wrote it, I felt like I was just in a zone that I couldn't be touched. Like I was doing anything that I wanted to do. Like that's the zone that I was in.
Okay.
So when I started writing it, I wanted to talk about all the shit that I was doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt like I even say in that record somewhere like so many trophies on the shelf might break it, because I felt like it's like, yo, I just did this, I just did this, I just knocked this out, I just knocked this out, I just did this, we just threw this event, I just got this placement, I just wrote this song. It was like a lot of shit going on. I was just feeling like
on the move,
right? But when I write, I don't necessarily just write just for me. A lot of times I write like I want people to be able to feel this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, not just he thinks he's the greatest. I want people to be able to rap along with me and be like, I'm the greatest. Right. The same way he feel like he the greatest. I want to rap along with him and say I'm the greatest. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was more like an anthem thing. But that's why I was inspired to write that anthem, was because I did feel like the greatest at that minute. Dope. I feel like the greatest all the time.
Yeah, you should.
But
I mean, when you do work,
right?
I look like, you know, you can say like, man, yeah, I'm one of the,
right,
I'm out here, I'm the greatest. Yeah, like I'm really working. So
yeah.
if you wasn't working, people would be like.
And another thing, I've been doing this shit for so long, bro. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm not just rapping and producing, but like running the studio, not working for anybody. It's a lot of shit that I've been doing for. Yeah, so it's like, I feel like with music, the way music is, and studios are, and people recording themselves, and being able to get beats off of YouTube and stuff like that, it's hard to survive in a game where everything's so accessible. Yeah. So for me to be able to not just stay afloat, but actually thrive, you know what I mean, in today's landscape, I feel like you got to be one of the greatest to do it.
Because what's crazy about it is that, you know, you've been doing this for so long, and you probably done seen so many artists that came and then went, came back again and went again. Like,
and not just artists, producers. I seen studios open and close, and seen engineers start and quit. You know what I mean? I seen them go to school, open up their business, and go away, and then be like, damn. You know?
But what kept the fire in you to keep going all these years?
I don't know. It's just always been me. You know what I mean? Like, it is me. Right. You know? And I think a lot of people stop when they feel like they've overstayed their welcome. Yeah. Or like when they feel like it's not doing anything for them anymore. Right. Every time I drop a project, I sell more beats. Okay. I write more songs for other people. Every time a placement comes out of a beat that I made or a song I wrote, people start Googling me, who I am, looking up my albums. Everything always like recharges everything else. So it's like if I put up a new clip of some song, my back catalog starts. Yeah, they start saying, people be like, yo, right. Let me go search. Damn, yo, okay, yeah. So
we got plenty of work.
Right, exactly. So I always felt like, why stop? Because I do one thing and everything gets charged back up. So it's you know. Plus, a lot of people feel like, yo, you get older, you got to get into something else. You got to start doing something else. Like, yo, you too old to be rapping. And it's like, I would stop if I feel like stopping, but I'm gonna keep going when I feel like keep going. And what am I supposed to do?
Right. You said a key thing, like, do you feel that's like a stereotype in hip hop music when people say, yo, you too old? Because we look at other genres, rock and roll, country, whatever. It's like, you know, there's 70-year-old rock, you know, people doing.
And even now, I feel like people started to accept the 2 Chainz and the Rick Ross and the Jay-Z's. And there's a lot of rappers
in their mid-40s,
and they still dropping fire. So it's like, so even young, you know, it's 19, 20-year-olds that might not listen to a Ross, but there's also 19, 20-year-olds that's just like, yo, holy spit.
Yeah, I'm studying the game from these guys.
You know what I mean? So I think there's enough room for everybody, especially with the way music's consumed right now and everybody listening to everything. It's enough room for everybody, you know, all ages, all walks of life. It's enough room for everybody. So I don't feel like you have to stop. Plus, I feel like you have to stop when it's like, I feel like you might have to stop if you're not making any progress and you haven't made any progress in a long time. Then I feel like you need to stop. But I already own a business. Right. I already got a crib. I already take care of my daughter and my girl from music. Right. I don't have to stop. This is the way I feed my family. You know what I mean? So
this is life right
now. I'll stop when I can't feed my family from it. Right. You know what I mean? But I'm doing fine.
So the project, what was one of your favorite records? You know, one of your favorite songs like that you made on the project, like that you said, man, this I had fun doing this one. I know you probably had all of them, but I know there's one.
Yeah,
when you're an artist, there's like one where you be like, oh, yo, I feel this one. This one's like the one.
I feel like Sky Blue.
Sky Blue?
Yeah, which is the intro on there. Because I just get to spit. I just love rapping, bro. And I love being able to put my real life, all the songs are my real life, right? But I love being able to take chunks of my real life and put the bars in there and turn like something that really happened to me into a punchline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and on that album, because it was more like a concept album, I didn't get the chance to do that a lot. So when I did Sky Blue, it was like, all right, this is my chance to like really just get into it and you know what I mean? Let people know that I'm still around, still spitting bars. Like I'm not just, because a lot of this album's singing.
Yeah, it's like it's a mix.
Vibe it's real moody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's different though. That's why when I heard some tracks on it, I'm like, you know what? This gonna catch to everybody because it's different. It got vibe. It's like a vibe,
right?
It's like a vibe to it.
And that wasn't my goal. I just wanted to do what I felt like doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that was it. And when I get out of that zone and I look up and I'm like, all right, let me see what I did. Then it's like, oh, okay, this is what this album is. Let me try to put it together like this. But I was just in the zone of making music. I really wanted to go into that album and make the music that I listened to.
Okay.
Because I listened to Banks, not Lloyd Banks, like this girl named Banks.
She's but like you listen to
Banks, The Weeknd.
Yeah, you come from art. We're a little older, so we come from the real R&B. Yeah. So you grew up listening to that also.
And they're more like a darker alternative R&B or whatever, and that's my favorite type of shit. That's my favorite.
That have you in your feelings.
Right. So I wanted to make that. You know what I mean? Because I normally make what I'm good at. Okay. I'm good at rapping. Yeah, you know what I mean? I might not be the best singer, but I want to make the shit that I like to listen to. So this album, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make what I like, and I'll see how it goes. It's going good though. So.
Definitely. The title. How'd you come up with that title?
Because that's kind of what the storyline of the album came out to be.
Right.
The first few songs on that album. This album's almost plays in order that I recorded it.
Okay.
So the first few songs of the album, kind of felt like my last album, Splattered Paint.
Right.
And then there's this song called Sober that happens. And on Sober, it's about a girl that like kind of broke my heart, saying some crazy shit to me while we was drunk or whatever like that. And then it went down this darker path from there. And it was just like, damn, I kind of remember like that shit happening back in the day to me with this chick. And then that kind of made me a fucked up dude and doing this and doing that. And it kind of made me where I was hurting other chicks because this chick hurt me. Hurt people.
Yeah.
So it was like,
you
all right.
Back at,
exactly. And not even on purpose, just because your mind
fucked up.
So I was like, damn, broken hearts make villains.
Right.
That's kind of, so it was like, that's the storyline of the album. And then I remember coming out of it. And that's why I ended the album the way I ended it with like God Made One and I'm the Chosen. Yeah. So the album actually has a storyline through the subjects of the songs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
that's dope. So, Michael, and I had the album. What would be the first joint you tell me to go to, like on it?
Yo, I always tell people go to whatever title jumps out to them. Okay. Like just go to whatever song jumps out to you, because I'm terrible at picking the record that I feel like represents the project or represents me. I can't do it because it's like I'll play Sky Blue and people is like, damn, yo, you going crazy, you got the bars. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, they don't know I can make songs. Yeah. And I wish I would have played them this. Else. But then if I play them that, then I'm like, damn, they don't know I could spit. I should have played them, you know what I mean? So I'm the worst one. I'm like, pick whatever jumps out to you. Right. And then when people pick out one or two, then I'll see what they're interested in. And then I'll pick a song after that. So it depends on what they pick first.
How they feel.
Yeah, exactly.
If you wasn't doing this on studios, music, what would Don Michael be doing? Like, what's your other love? Like, I know the music is your love, but what other things do you do? If you said, damn, if today or tomorrow you'd be like, man, you know what, I'm done with this music, what would you be doing?
I can't even I can't even imagine that.
Because other people have like passions. Like some people would be like, man, I might have been playing ball overseas, or I might have did this. You know what I mean?
Choose a different life.
Yeah.
I would probably be playing ball.
Okay.
I would probably be playing ball because I was heavy
Okay, because you know everybody has another passion
right.
that they do also besides this music, like So it's like, man, sometimes when people will be like, man, this ain't working out, I go play ball, or we see in the NBA,
right.
it's like Dame Lillard, he really can rap, but
right.
he's nice at ball, so he's
it's a weird parallel between rappers and ball players or whatever. So I think that those lives always kind of meet up with each other.
Right.
Damn near every ball player
want to
rap or be involved in rap somewhere, and damn near every rapper is like, they want to play ball. Yeah. They the first thing they do when they get their mansion is put a ball court in the back. So, but as far as if it wasn't ball, because I feel like that's a typical answer.
Right.
If it wasn't ball, I would probably be designing some type of something. I just like to make things. You know what I mean? So I don't care if I'm making clothes. I don't care if I'm making computer software or fucking video games. If I could just get my mind and be in a position to make something, design something so that people see things in a different way.
Right.
I like making people look at something from a different angle, from a different perspective. Okay. So however I could do that, like a lot of my clothing line, Edis, by the way, is Edis Gang is Edis Life. So the Edis Lifestyle clothing line, a lot of that, which is every day Saturday. I don't know if a lot of my clothing line, I take things and move them off center,
right?
Because I don't like the symmetrical thing that everybody feels like they have to do with clothes. I feel like you could take your logo and put it to the side a little bit and turn it a little crooked. Something that might jar people where it's like, yo, is that supposed to be like that, or is that off like it's like, no, it's off like that. I always want shit to just get looked at from a different angle. You know what I mean? Right. That's just how my mind works. So whatever I could do to do that, that's what I would be doing.
Okay. Yeah. Now you said the clothing, EDI, Edis, right? Yeah, yep. Every day is Saturday.
Yep.
When did you start that? Clothing, EDI, Edis, right? Yep. Every day is Saturday.
Yep.
When did you start that?
When I start every day is Saturday, or when I start the clothes?
Yeah. Well, how'd you come up with the concept every day is Saturday?
Every day is Saturday, I came up with back in like 2009, 2010, so like 10 years ago, because I had quit my job in like 2007, and all the days started to blend in to each other, and I didn't know. Everybody else had like a set schedule. Yeah. It's like, yo, I go to work, I've been at work since this day, blah, 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 and I'm just like, what day is Wednesday, right? And they're like, it's Saturday, bro. Yeah. Like, it's Saturday. And I'm like, Wednesday, Saturday, it don't matter to me.
It feels the same to me.
Because I'm doing, I was making music for a living at that point. So I was like, damn, this must feel like what it is when you get to that level where you just do whatever you want every day.
Yeah.
Every day kind of has to feel like Saturday. Because Saturday is the day that we all, like, loved as kids.
Right.
Because Sunday you had to go to bed early because you got school Monday. Friday you was in school, so you love Friday because you got out of school. But Saturday you could go, you wake up when you want, you go to sleep when you want because there was no structure surrounding it. So that was the day that you got to do whatever you want. You might have been able to stay up a little bit later, blah blah blah, go out with your friends. Saturday was the day, so that's how every day Saturday came about. Okay. So that was more of a lifestyle.
Right.
It's like I want everybody to reach that lifestyle of just doing what they love and not being confined by like, damn, I got to go to work Monday. Damn, I got to do, you know what I mean? It's just doing whatever you wanted. So because I had that lifestyle, I wanted people to be able to wear something that fit that lifestyle.
Right.
And that's when I started designing the clothes, which was about like a year ago.
So you got clothes. I see you got book bags too.
Yeah,
book bags
I got
super
the bags.
Dope
Thank you. The bags took off. The bags started just selling by themselves. Like I sold a bag in the UK, right, and then 3 more in the UK, and then like, I'm starting to look like, oh, I'm selling bags in France. I don't know what's going on, why people are starting to pick it up, but I'm glad the bags just started kind of taking off by themselves. That was real dope too.
Yeah. You got them on what's that, spray ground, right?
No. I tried to get with spray ground. I'm still trying to get with spray ground. Okay. But the bags are just straight up on my site. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this shit is dope right here. Like, it's a dope concept.
Thank you.
So, what's in the future? You got the album out right now. It's doing good. You just dropped a video, 2 videos actually on it.
Right.
You got the clothing,
right?
Book bags,
right?
What's next?
I don't know. I've been focused on my production company,
right,
that I just put together called The Cool Part.
Okay.
So the cool part, we're just producing, we're just writing a bunch of songs, working with a bunch of artists. Me and Drew. Drew's one of Dramatic. Shout out to Dramatic. He's one of my producers. We just got back from Atlanta, so we were down there working with a lot of people, doing a lot of shit. Yeah, we're just moving, man. We're stocking up a bunch of beats, a bunch of songs, a bunch of loops, so we could collaborate with other producers and stuff like that. So we just been making like a lot of shit, and that's kind of been my main focus this year, is like getting the cool part moving, running by itself, where that's off the ground, where people are just coming to request. Yo, I want the cool part to write this song. Yo, I want the cool part to produce this project. You know what I mean?
Like that production.
Yeah, because it's a lot. It's a lot of us. Yeah, it's a lot of us, and we're all.
You got any shows lined up? You know you're gonna.
I haven't lined up any shows yet because I haven't been focused on performing. Because I've been so busy with the cool part and my production team and stuff like that. But I am trying to perform. I just did like 3 features like last weekend, so I'll be popping up on more people's projects. I'm working on a tape. I got another tape coming. I'm trying to have that done by the summer. I don't want to say what it is just yet, but I already got like a lot of songs for it, so that's coming. I'm just working, man. I'm just still doing what I do.
Okay, man. Before we get out of here, let them know like how they get in contact with you if they want to get studio time. Yeah, all that good stuff that you do.
If you want studio time, you gotta go to SFX Studios NJ. That's the Instagram page, SFX Studios NJ. If you want to contact me or get in contact with me as far as production or a feature, or just if you're just a fan, you just want to see what I do, it's Don Michael Music on Instagram. Don Michael Music, or if you want the more personal Instagram, that's Don Michael Jr. with no vowels. But most people, just want to see the music shit. You know what I mean? Right. So that's Don Michael Music. The clothing is edis.life. That's EDIS.life. So if you're looking for merch, My Broken Hearts Make Villains, hoodies, all that stuff, that's all on the website. And I got Don Michael Music. .com coming real soon, so that everything will be in one place for everybody to just.
And they can get like beats from.
Yeah, they will be able to get beats from that website or whatever. I'm also up on BeatStars. I recently did that. Okay. So there's some BeatStars pages up now for me. Got a couple beats up there, so you can hop on there if you're just looking for beats or just looking to hear what I do. That's up there. But everything's gonna be on my website. I'm building up my website now, so everything will be on the site.
Definitely. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming. I coming here to this nice studio.
Thank you.
Your domain here.
Thank you. This is where it all goes down.
I see all the pictures. I haven't been here in a long time.
Right? Yeah. We changed it a lot.
I appreciate it.